Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. And you know what time it is. It's time for some Survivor talk. This is Survivor 40. Winners at War. This is episode 3. It was another great episode. Like, I think every week these it's not going to be a boring week. Every week is going to entertain me. This week is called They're Out for Blood. I want to title it Lord, my fantasy team. That's what I want to title it because everyone on my fantasy team this week, 2 out of the 4 I have left, I think they in trouble. They safe for now, but I think they're in trouble. Let's get into it. The scene opens up with Adam narrating. Adam and Debbie are talking about it's time to get rid of Parvati. I was kind of here for it. It was like Parvati, Rob, and Ethan. They're the old school alliance. They're controlling the game. Now let's think about this. Are they controlling the game because they're controlling the game, or are they controlling the game because you're allowing them to? They're outnumbered. You all, the new school alliance, have the numbers. So how can anyone who is in the minority of the numbers be running the game? And I'm kind of upset because I just knew that after Rob pulled that stunt at Tribal Council last week, that everyone was going to be against Rob. They not fooling with Rob. He done made us dump out our bags. He the Godfather. Like, if Rob is such this threat, why are you and Debbie talking about voting out Parvati? You want to weaken Rob by voting out Parvati. Isn't the best way to weaken Rob is by voting him out of the game? It makes sense to me, but I ain't no winner at war, I guess. So now we flash to a scene with Ben. And in my notes, I said, I can't stand Ben. I cannot stand him because Ben is ultimately the reason why my girl Natalie, who was number 3 on my fantasy team, is sitting on the edge of extinction. I call it Exile Island, but we all know the edge. I'm just gonna call it the edge. We know what it is. And I'm like, Ben, day 1, if you would have shut up when Danny was talking about voting out Rob, and y'all just voted out Rob or whoever y'all chose to vote out because you had the numbers. You the one talking to Rob like, Danny talking about you, and I think we should vote out Adam or Debbie, and now Adam or Debbie talking about Jeremy or Natalie. Like, if Ben would have shut up then, we wouldn't be in this mess. And now, all of a sudden, you don't want to go tell Rob the plan. Now you want to vote him out. And I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I feel like the only reason the blue team is losing so much is because you idiots voted out the best female player on your team. She was a beast. She is beasting it over here on the edge. We're going to get to that. But why would you vote out the best female player on your team? She probably was better than some of the men on the team. But let's move on. So now, Adam, who is number 2 on my fantasy team. I can't believe it. I'm disappointed. I said I was going to be fair. I am not going to change my power rankings. I'm not going to change my fantasy picks. But I wish I could rearrange the list the way some of these people are playing. Adam, why would you go up to Ethan and say, I just want to let you know in advance, I think we got the numbers to get Parvati out. Hold on, y'all. 1, you haven't played Immunity Challenge to the first. Why are you telling anyone of you and Debbie's conversations? Because right now it's just a conversation. It's not even a strategy yet because you don't even know if you need to make this move. Why are you even telling Ethan this before the immunity challenge is played? You could win immunity and just sit in the camp pretty. You ain't got to tell nobody what you and Debbie talking about. And so now Ethan, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, Ethan is going to go tell. And as soon as we flash a scene to Ethan's confessional, he's like, why is Adam telling me this? Parvati is my number one. And I'm like, damn, Parvati has two people saying she is her number one. Parvati is playing the game. She's insulated. Parvati is not a stretch, but dang, the word escaped me that fast. A threat. Parvati is the threat. She got Rob fighting for her and Ethan fighting for her. Okay, Parvati girl, you in my top 10. You're not on my fantasy, but you are in the top 10, so I expect that from you. Now, over here on the Red Tribe, Tyson is talking to Yul about getting Sandra out. And I'm thinking the same thing. I know we have to talk strategy talk. It's the show. But to me, I wouldn't be putting names out there until I know if we won or we lost. Because now we're going to get there. So Tyson then put in Yul's ear he wants Sandra out. So Sandra, they board on the red team. She puts up this fishing net. She noticed fish comes to this little low tide area. And they catch a shark. And now it's time for the comedy relief. Because, what's his name? Tony, who I'm really proud of Tony. He's playing good right now. He reaches down and get the shark because he think the shark is dead. And the shark come around try to bite him. And now he running all on the beach, waving the shark around. And they had them a good dinner. That shark, I probably would. I'm such a picky eater, but it looked good. I'm sure they cooked it up well. But now Yul is like, wait, Sandra out here catching sharks. I don't really have to get rid of Sandra. And now he done told on Tyson, like, Tyson got your name in his mouth. And we all know how Sandra is when somebody put her name in their mouth. And Tyson is on my fantasy team. Number 4. It's not looking good, y'all. It's not looking good for my fantasy team. But y'all watched it. We ain't got to worry about the red team. So now we flash over to the Edge. They get their new challenge. They're all out there fishing. It looks like the Edge, to me, does not look like a struggle. Like, you got Rice. You just got to climb these stairs. And Natalie, she does CrossFit. Climbing them stairs is nothing to her. And they catching fish. And it just looked like they just chilling over here on the Edge. It doesn't look like it's something that is going to have me contemplating quitting or not. Though I'm sure they're all winners. None of them will ever quit. So they get their little game. Natalie figures it out. You have to count the shells. She gets the clue. I did notice how Amber, she went down and she thought she had the clue. And when she came up, she wasn't sharing. So that put Natalie on alert. Don't share with these chicks. This is all for me. And Natalie is killing it. She has got the 3rd advantage. And she sent it over to Sarah. Now, pin that. In this game, if they do this every week, the game is going to be way too advantage heavy, especially if you're still hiding idols on the beaches as well. It's going to be too much. And are you all going to swap to 3? Are you going to break it down to 3 at 15 and then put a new idol on that beach too? I mean, I don't know if they're going to swap or not. I guess we'll see next week. It wasn't hinted in the current preview. But it's going to be a point where we're going to get that scene with Cirie again, where somebody, I think that's what they're trying to recreate, where somebody is going to be sitting at tribal council with 0 votes, but still have to go home because everyone in the game has either immunity or an advantage or an idol. I don't want to see it. Like, I don't think that's fair. I hated that for Cirie when it happened to her. And I feel like play for something else. Like, I don't know, maybe send them a hint of what the immunity challenge is so they can practice. But what you all are giving out now is really big. Really big. I mean, what's coming up next? The legacy advantage coming out next? What's coming up? Swap a vote? I mean, it's 20 people playing this game. We cannot have an advantage enter the game every week. Or it would be curious, or it would be exciting if someone said, I need my fire token. I don't want this advantage. I guess we have to keep watching, but that was just a note that I wanted to talk about. Like, I don't want the game to be swarmed with advantages. I want people to really just play Survivor. Like, yeah, have some idols out there. Okay, we have still a vote. What does Jeremy have? Just walk away from tribal. Like, it's so much out there. It's enough. So now the advantage, of course, is the still a vote. She sends it to Sarah. I want to know what is her reasoning behind sending this to Sarah. I'm wondering if Natalie remembered that Sarah was one of the only people in Survivor history who has played this advantage correctly and said, okay, I'm going to send it to Sarah. Or is she like, because they have to sneak into the opposite beach to get the advantage. And maybe she's thinking, well, Sarah is a cop, so Sarah is good at sneaking around and she'll get it. But then why not send it to Tony? Like, I really would have liked to see Tony do this, because this is up Tony's alley. He loves to sneak around. So I really would have liked to see Tony do it. So now, let's see. Tony comes out, and Sarah at least tells Tony, look, I got to sneak over to the other camp. Can you help me? And they put some kind of dust on her face, but Tony spits in it and has Sarah spit in it to make it stick. And I said, this is disgusting. It's pitch black dark out there. Can't nobody see your face. Why do you have to spit on my face? That was just a side note. I thought that was nasty. So I'm wondering, is this Cops R Us alliance truly gonna stick? Because Sarah did at least tell Tony what she was getting ready to go do. So now, as Sarah is sneaking into the other camp, I honestly was on pins and needles. It was so exciting. I was wondering, like, is she gonna get it? And like, they were flashing to scenes of Ben taking up his mask and looking like, I don't know if that was editing tricks or what. It looked like they hid that advantage very well, because Sarah was over there making all kind of noise. But she got it, and I was excited that she got it. And I don't know. I mean, the red team, they may not ever see a tribal council, but I can't wait to see how she plays it. So now we're at the immunity challenge. It's another great challenge, you know, different obstacles they have to do. And it's very strength heavy. And this is another challenge where I was like, see, y'all could have used Natalie. Y'all could have used Natalie. It was also exciting because it was one where the blue team was not in the lead for a majority of the challenge. But right there at the end, they caught up to the puzzle. And to me, I'm not going to shade Rob. I think he's great at these puzzles, because the way he's coming back to have such close finishes with the red team having such a huge lead, like, it should not be a photo finish. It should not be one or two pieces left. Like, the red team should have had that puzzle together. But the red team wins, and I found myself the whole time I was rooting for Rob, and I'm like, why, Angie? You want Rob on the edge of extinction, or whatever that island is called. I said, why are you rooting for Rob in this puzzle? But I found myself rooting for Rob, like, he can do it. I just want to see him come back from behind and win this puzzle for his team. But he didn't do it. So now we back at camp with the blue team. The red team wins. And everyone is sitting in silence, looking at each other like no one wants to be the first one to get up and make a move, because we know you going off to talk strategy. But I'm like, who cares? Like, they said they were sitting there for 45 minutes before Jeremy was the first one to get up. And then I think no, Ben followed him. Like, why? Who cares? That's what you're here to play the game for. And you have the numbers. If I was y'all, all five of y'all should have got up and left Poverty, Rob, and Ethan sitting right there wondering what the vote is going to be. You are the majority. They are the minority. And to me, Rob should have went home again. But let's move on. They're talking about Poverty again. They're saying, yes, Poverty, she's dangerous. They don't know that she has two number ones. We know she has two number ones. But they're like, let's get Poverty out. She bats her pretty eyes. She smiles in your face. And she's got you. And it does seem like that's all she has to do. Like, she's not even really flirting. She's not flirting this season. She's just smiling in these men's face. And they're like, I got you, girl. And now, some reason, my fantasy player, Adam, for some reason, thinks it's best to tell Rob before the vote, way before the vote, not 5 minutes before the vote when we walking up, but way before the vote, because he feels he could work with Rob one day. And he feels if I tell Rob beforehand, like, it's a done deal, we got the numbers, but I want to tell you so you can respect me for telling you. Why, Adam? That doesn't make sense. Why do you, I want to know, my voice is getting high, I'm getting excited. Adam, why do you want to work with Rob? You're in the New School Alliance. I don't understand it. Somebody said pregame alliance. I don't see it, but I don't see why not. Like, I really don't understand why Adam told Rob. Because immediately, he pretty much ran from your face into Jeremy and Michelle's face to call you out. Like, so it can't be a pregame alliance. And Rob is hysterical, like, y'all vote my girl Poverty out. Tell me what's up. Jeremy is trying to be like, no, we still talking about the plan, Ben, so-and-so. And Rob was like, cut the BS. Cut the BS. I know it's Poverty tonight. Just tell me. And then here go Jeremy winking. See, Adam don't think it's Poverty, but it ain't Poverty. So now Jeremy and Michelle on alert. Adam is running his mouth. They no longer trust Adam. Jeremy and Michelle, who I credit this move totally to Jeremy and Michelle, is like, Adam is talking too much. But we still want to weaken Rob, but we also want to blindside Adam for running his mouth. Why don't we just vote out Ethan? They go tell it to Debbie. They go tell it to Ben. The plan is in motion. And I'm like, Ethan, why not just vote out Rob? Like, how dare Rob come running your face talking about you voting on my girl Poverty? Why can't anyone say, yeah, we have the numbers. It's 5-3. Poverty is gone. Why can't anyone stand up to Rob? You telling me Rob can run around this beach and say whatever he wants in anyone's face, demand to know answers. Why can't anyone else have that same vibe? Like, yeah, Rob, Poverty is gone. It's 5 of us. It's 3 of you. Rob knows how to count numbers. I just didn't get why. And then, okay, we don't want to vote out Poverty. Vote out Rob. That's how you weaken someone. Get them out of the game. Get him over there battling Natalie for these coins. Get him out of the game. How long are we going to let Rob stay in the game? I feel like if Rob makes it past another swap, and he could swap and get up with Kim and Tyson, and by chance have Poverty on a team with him, Rob and all of them are going to be at the merge. And every week I say, if you don't get rid of Rob this week, it's going to be a problem. And every week they find a reason not to get rid of him. Now let's play a little bit of conspiracy. Just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. I always go back to my girl Sandra and her pregame interviews. Sandra always pointed out the fact that Rob said he would not come back and play if he knew he was going to be voted out first. And I just can't understand Why Ben would be the one to open up his mouth. Oh, look, forgive me. The kids are in the kitchen with the dishwasher. I'm sorry. I'll try to talk louder. So I never for the life of me understood why Rob was supposed to be the first boot. But Ben, who now can't stand Rob, blew up the plan for Rob being the first boot. I don't know what the conspiracy may be. I have so much faith in the production of this game where I know they aren't telling people, psst, psst, not Rob, psst, not Rob. But I don't understand what else it could be, because it's clear as day to everyone sitting at home that Rob has been in the minority this whole season. The blue team has been at tribal council 3 of the 4 times. I don't understand why Rob is still sitting at the beach. Like, who's going to be next week? Parvati? You still giving Rob the opportunity to get over to the red team with his friends over there, and you still giving him the opportunity for Amber to get back in the game. Where if you put Rob on the edge, put him on that island, at least only one of them can come back. But I was happy for Jeremy and Michelle for at least not voting out my fantasy player, Adam. Like, I thought it was going to be Adam for a long time. But, so we get to Tribal Council. And Tribal Council wasn't too exciting. I did like how Rob maneuvered through Tribal Council. I like how the editing the show, because I really did think it was going to be Adam. I didn't think it was going to be Parvati. I thought everyone was going to flip to Adam, but that would have been stupid. That would have been a stupid move. And then I liked how Ethan, in his speech at Tribal Council was like, I can't think that far in the game, because if I think too far, I may not be in it. And then he got voted out. I was like, Like, Ethan, I thought he would go further because I thought he would fly under the radar. But everyone's eyes should be open to Rob. Like, everyone who works with Rob or is connected with Rob is going home. So why does everyone want to work with him? I don't get it. Adam talks way too much. Adam, please go sit down and shut up somewhere. Adam is playing Nick over there on the red team is playing the game that I thought Adam would play. Nick is over there chilling, making connections. Of course, he has the luxury of being on a team that's winning, but Nick is flying under the radar, and that's what I thought Adam would do. I thought Adam would fly under the radar, chill for a little while, and at the end of the game, turn up. But Adam is turned up now, and let's go ahead real quick and look at my power rankings. Another great episode. I'm very sad to see Ethan leave, but not too sad because he ain't on my fantasy team. So let's look at my fantasy team. Right now, Window, number 1. Window is on the red team. To me, the red team, I don't even think they're going to lose next week. So I think the red team is safe. Adam, of course, is my number 2. I don't know. Like, next week, will they get rid of Rob? Like, will they finally get rid of Rob, or will they be like, it's only Rob and Parvati, so now we can take a shot at Adam? I hope they don't do that. I hope the blue team does not do that. I hope Adam can recognize this was his warning. You were blindsided. No one told you about the Ethan vote. I hope this is Adam's warning to go sit down and chill with not Debbie. What is that child's name? Denise. Go chill with Denise. Go chill with Ben and be quiet. Let Jeremy do a little bit of the talking for a while. And then once you make it to the merge, then come out and be flashy. But I need Adam to go sit down and be quiet somewhere. Tyson, if the red team loses next week, Tyson, I don't have any faith that he'll be saved, because Tyson is talking about Sandra. Sandra does not forget. Sandra has that idol that is good for one more, this last tribal council. She's going to play it just for the hell of it, because it's only good for 3 tribal councils. And what she want to hold it in her purse for? She ain't got no reason to hold it, and I think she'll write Tyson's name down just for the hell of it. But I think she would have the numbers for Tyson to go home anyway. Yul is my number 5. Yul, I really love. I think he's going to turn out to be who people think is the leader of this kind of outcast or no connections alliance on the red team. And I think once they hit the merge, Yul's threat level is going to skyrocket. I'm just going to wait till we get to the merge. For right now, he's still on my fantasy team, so I feel like he's safe for a while, but I don't know about his long run goals. Now, outside of my fantasy team, but still in the top 10, I have Jeremy. Jeremy is playing a great game. He's kind of calling shots without being recognized as a Rob. He's putting ideas out there. He's flipping it and switching it to where he can get credit for some moves, because I definitely give him and Michelle credit for this move this week. So I'm proud of Jeremy. I think his conscience is a little bit at ease. Like, he was on alert once Natalie got voted out. His name is still floating out there, but I think as the weeks progress, people aren't really worried about Jeremy as much. Kim, we did not even see Kim. Did we even see Kim on the television this week? That could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. Right now, everybody on the red team, I say, is a good thing, because they sitting pretty next to Sophie. Sophie is sitting pretty at number 8. I think Sophie is someone who I honestly wish I could trade out for Tyson. But I'm going to be fair. Ethan is gone. Bye, Ethan. He was at number 9. Poverty at number 10. If Poverty can make it past this next tribal council, or if the blue team can win an immunity challenge next week, I think Poverty and Rob, because I have Rob at number 11, can really make a deep run for this game. Because I know after next week, they're going to have to flip-flop and switch some things up. I can't see them keeping the teams like this into the merge. But who knows? Maybe they want to play a more old-school game. Number 12, I have Nick. Nick, I feel, is low-key. No one is worried about him over on the red team, because even if the red team loses, it's going to be between Sandra and Tyson. Like, it's Kim. It's people out there. They're not worried about Nick on the red team. Ben is rubbing people the wrong way, but he's in the majority. Ben is someone who I would like to move up, but he gonna stay where he at. Denise is someone who I would like to move up, only because Adam is talking too much. It's a lot of people who can take Adam's spot right now, but I have to be fair. And Denise is at 14. 15 and 16, I had Tony and Sarah. I thought Tony and Sarah were going to be out of here. One, I already admitted to being wrong. I thought the red team was going to be the losers. But the red team is killing, and I just knew, I thought Tony and Sarah would clash with Sandra, but they have those three kind of grouped together. And Tony is chilling. He's not causing too much confusion at camp. He's entertaining me. Sarah just went off and got this advantage. She's entertaining me. They're in Cops R Us. If I could switch anyone, I would move Tony and or Sarah up to my fantasy team. Like, they're playing a great low-key game. It's easier to play a great game when your team is winning in the beginning. When you're on a winning tribe, in a 2-tribe season, and you're constantly winning, it's easy to play a great game out of the gate. But Tony, to me, is playing a really good game, and so is Sarah. Sandra is even shocking me. Like, Sandra, if Sandra doesn't, she's not going to get voted out next because she has that idol. But if Sandra can make it and they get closer to the merge, what's the point of voting out Sandra when she sucks at all the challenges? I see Sandra staying on my television screen for a while. And then Danny is gone. Amber is gone. Last is at number 19 is Michelle. And I want to apologize to Michelle. I thought she was definitely going to be a player who got dragged to the end and just be a no vote finalist. But be honest, a lot of you all did too. I credit Michelle so much. She is really playing this game. She is making her voice heard. She is making her moves noticeable. Michelle is playing a great game. I still don't see her winning the game, but it's only episode 3 and I'm loving this season. So you all, it's still at the beginning. If you want to hear more of my Survivor reviews, you know I will be here every week reviewing Survivor, updating you on my power rankings, catching you up on how my fantasy team is doing. So come on, subscribe to my channel, Kiss My Cheeks TV, and hit that notification bell so you can see when I upload the next Survivor video. If you're already subscribed, go ahead and like this video, get in the comments, let me know what you think about this week's episode, and share so we all can enjoy Survivor together. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to head out. I will talk to you all later. Have a good week. Bye.